Have you ever wondered what makes us sick? Why do we get colds, fevers, or infections? The answer lies in a fascinating world that is too small to see with our naked eyes, the world of microbiology. Microbiology is the study of these tiny living organisms called microbes or microorganisms. These include bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa. Microbes are everywhere in the air, water, soil, and even inside our bodies. Some microbes are beneficial and help us digest food, while others can cause diseases. Understanding microbiology is crucial to prevent and treat infectious diseases that have plagued humanity for centuries. Microbiology helps us identify the culprits behind these diseases and develop ways to fight them. It has led to the development of vaccines, antibiotics, and other life-saving treatments. Without microbiology, we would not have the knowledge and tools to combat these tiny yet powerful organisms. For a very long time, people didn't know what caused illnesses. They couldn't see the tiny microbes that made them sick, so they came up with different explanations, often blaming supernatural forces. Ancient civilizations like the Greeks and Romans believed that gods or spirits caused diseases. They thought that if someone fell ill, they had angered the gods. People also believed that bad air or miasma, especially from swamps or decaying matter, carried diseases. These beliefs, while understandable for the time, prevented a true understanding of how illnesses spread. It wasn't until much later that people started to suspect that something else, something invisible, might be the real cause. Around the 14th century, during the devastating Black Death pandemic, people began to observe that diseases seemed to spread from person to person. This led to the idea of contagion, that something invisible could pass from the sick to the healthy and make them ill. While they didn't know exactly what this something was, they understood that isolation and quarantine could help stop the spread of disease. This was a significant step forward from blaming gods or bad air. It hinted that something tangible, even if unseen, caused diseases. This shift in thinking paved the way for the groundbreaking discoveries that would come centuries later. During the 16th century, a few brave thinkers dared to challenge the prevailing beliefs about disease. A Roman scholar, Marcus Terentius Varro, suggested that tiny animals invisible to the naked eye could enter the body and cause diseases. Later, in the 13th century, an English philosopher named Roger Bacon supported the idea of contagion and emphasized the importance of hygiene in preventing infections. Then, in the 16th century, an Italian physician named Girolamo Fracastoro further developed the concept of contagion. He proposed that diseases spread through tiny seed-like particles that could transmit infection through direct contact, contaminated objects, or even through the air. These early thinkers, though limited by the scientific tools of their time, laid the intellectual groundwork for the future of microbiology. Section 5. The first glimpse of microorganisms. The invention of the microscope in the late 16th century revolutionized our understanding of the microscopic world. It was a simple device, but it allowed us to see things that had been invisible before. While the invention of the microscope is often credited to Zacharias Janssen, a Dutch spectacle maker, it was the refinement and application of this technology that truly unveiled the world of microorganisms. Scientists could now peer into a previously unknown realm, opening up a new era of scientific exploration. Section 6. Antony van Leeuwenhoek, the master lens grinder. Antony van Leeuwenhoek was a Dutch tradesman who lived in the 17th century. He was fascinated by lenses and became incredibly skilled at grinding and polishing them to create powerful magnifying glasses. These were not just simple magnifying glasses, they were early microscopes capable of magnifying objects hundreds of times their actual size. Driven by curiosity, Leeuwenhoek used his handcrafted microscopes to examine everything around him: rainwater, peppercorns, even the plaque from his teeth. His meticulous observations and detailed drawings would change the course of scientific history. Section 7. Leeuwenhoek's discoveries, a new world unveiled. In 1674, Leeuwenhoek made a groundbreaking discovery. He observed tiny creatures swimming in a drop of lake water, which he called animalcules. These animalcules were, in fact, bacteria and protozoa, the first microorganisms ever seen by the human eye. Leeuwenhoek's discoveries were met with a mixture of awe and skepticism. His detailed letters to the Royal Society in London describing his observations sparked both excitement and debate. His findings challenged existing beliefs and opened up a whole new world of microscopic life, laying the foundation for the field of microbiology. In Section 8, The Legacy of Leeuwenhoek, a Revolution in Medicine. Leeuwenhoek's discovery of microorganisms was a turning point in the history of medicine. It provided the first concrete evidence to support the previously speculative ideas about contagion. Scientists could now begin to connect the presence of specific microorganisms with particular illnesses. Although it took some time for the medical community to fully grasp the implications of his findings, Leeuwenhoek's work ultimately paved the way for germ theory, the understanding that microorganisms cause many diseases. This understanding revolutionized medicine, leading to improved sanitation, hygiene practices, and the development of life-saving treatments. Section 9, Microbiology Today, a vital science for a healthier future. Today, microbiology is a vast and ever-evolving field. Scientists are constantly making new discoveries about the amazing diversity and capabilities of microorganisms. We now know that microbes play a vital role in our environment, our food production, and even our own health. Microbiology continues to be at the forefront of the fight against infectious diseases. Scientists are working to develop new antibiotics, vaccines, and diagnostic tools to combat emerging and drug-resistant microbes. The ongoing study of microorganisms is crucial for safeguarding public health and addressing some of the world's most pressing health challenges.